Wow, we're already in chapter 20. The private jet landed at Ben Gurion International Airfield in Tel Aviv, where it was met by a windowless white van near a private hangar. Is this the girl? Asked a gruff woman with a thick German accent waiting behind the van. She looked to be 50-some years old, with no-nonsense hair and a stiff military bearing. Yes, Tari, said Isabel. She doesn't look all that special, said the unsmiling woman as she sized up Max. Max was wearing a brand new navy blue tracksuit she had found wrapped in plastic in the cabin of the private jet. There was CMI stitched into the chest. Max is quite a find, I assure you, Tari, said Carl. One we have been working on for years. Rest assured her presence at the CMI will add a great deal to our efforts. Max smiled at the unsmiling woman. I can't wait to see what kind of awesome stuff you guys have up here, Tari. You are to address me as Miss Kaplan at all times. Do you understand? Yes, ma'am, Miss Kaplan. I'm Max. Max Einstein. So Carl and Isabel have informed me. Tell me, Miss Einstein, is that a pseudonym? A name you decided to give to yourself? Or maybe it is simply some kind of an American joke? No, ma'am. It's just my name. The only one I can remember, anyway. It is also a name we should not broadcast too loudly or widely. Dr. Zim has ears everywhere, said Isabel. Miss Kaplan's whole expression changed. It went from skeptical to terrified in a flash. So the rumors are true? Carl and Isabel nodded. What rumors? Asked Max. Nothing you need to concern yourself with, said Isabel. You'll have enough to think about at the CMI, added Carl. Now, shall we? Yes, of course, said Miss Kaplan, who was now gawking at Max like a starstruck fan. Right this way, Miss Einstein. It's a 40-minute drive to Jerusalem. Would you like to ride up front or in the back? Up front would be fun, she said. I mean, if Carl and Isabel don't mind. I've never been to Jerusalem before. Actually, I've never been anywhere except New York City, and some place that I don't remember much because I was really, really young when I left. I think it was out in the country. I remember smelling trees. Apple trees. And cows. How fascinating, said Miss Kaplan, bustling to the van. Carl and Isabel, you'll ride in the back. I can drive, offered Isabel. No, thank you, said Miss Kaplan. We're not in that big of rush. We don't need to be at the CMI until dinner. Max practically leaped into the front passenger seat. She had a wide picture view of everything as they drove from the airport into the historic and holy city of Jerusalem. The van traveled past the glittering dome of the rock, the citadel, which Carl called the Tower of David. Max wished she had a camera so she could take a selfie with Mount Zion in the background. Sorry about that. Then again, she'd never traveled. Max had never taken a selfie before. Then again, she'd never traveled halfway across the world to the Middle East either. She figured there was a first time for everything. Here's a sketch of Jerusalem, also called a holy city. You can see the architecture is a bit different. Be worth spending some time on safari and taking a look at some real photos in the city of Jerusalem. Very different than the United States. Oh, traffic is thick, sighed Miss Kaplan. The van came to a complete stop. The highway was a parking lot. That sign says begin south, said Max, reading a highway placard. Do we need to start going south? Carl and Isabel both laughed. The highway is named after the Menachem Begin, said Isabel, pronouncing begin as Begin. He was a former prime minister of Israel, added Carl. Oh, said Max, who was always happy to learn new things. Her mind was like a sponge, always looking for information to soak up. Eventually, after crawling through the rush hour traffic, they arrived at CMI headquarters, which turned out to be a nondescript, all-glass modern building. Its mirrored walls helped it blend in with all the other buildings around it. The benefactor insists that we keep an extremely low profile, explained Miss Kaplan as she tapped a security code on a pad next to the main double doors. There was a very discreet CMI etched into the frosted glass. Your room will be in the dormitory, just down the hall from the others. Are they students like me? Asked Max. For the most part, answered Miss Kaplan. A few have already graduated college, but you should get along just fine. You're all very close in age. Even the college graduates? Actually, those two might be a little younger than you. One is 11, the other 12. I'm 12, mumbled Max. I didn't get to finish college. Well, not yet, anyway. Well, don't let it worry you, said Carl. You're every bit as bright as the other contestants, added Isabel. Contestants? Said Max. You guys didn't say anything about contestants. Is that something else that will be explained later? No, said Carl, somewhat mischievously. The contestant will be explained. The contest will be explained now.